So Marygrove Awning has been in business. We are currently in our 92nd year in business, and we have completely dedicated ourselves to perfecting the retractable awning. It's honestly one of the first things that makes us unique in this field is our dedication to the retractable. Almost every other awning company in the country wears a bunch of hats. They'll go and do a commercial project and do a canopy over a restaurant, or they'll do a welded frame over here, and then maybe they'll do a retractable awning on somebody's home. That's not Marygrove. Marygrove is retractable awnings, especially since it was about 1985 when we really completely turned everything else off and said, hey, we're going to dedicate ourselves to building the best retractable awning. And now here, fast forward to 2025, we really have done that. And I really can't wait to kind of show you some of the small details that we've done, and some of the upgrades that are now just standard on a Marygrove awning that are really industry leading. And again, that is a total dedication to just perfecting not only the retractable awning, but the entire experience for the customer surrounding it. So we are a full turnkey operation. We manufacture, we sell, we install, and then we service throughout the life of the awning, and really follow our customers. You never have to call a contractor, never have to call a third party. There'll never be any question on who to contact if anything comes up. It's always going to be Marygrove, and that's been true for our entire 92-year history. So one of the things that we started doing about 12 years ago is we kind of took that knowledge that we have gained from the 92 years we've been doing this and said, okay, we have a pretty good idea of sizes that most of our customers can take advantage of and are perfect for their application. And we really started to develop an inventory system that allows us to, one, streamline some of our production, which allows us to put more feature sets as standard features for our customers, and allows us to come to the installation portion much quicker, and really just prepares us for our customers and for the season. Because look, those few months of summer are precious, and you don't want to purchase an awning and then wait 8 weeks for the installation. So our inventory system allows us to really respond to what customers want. They want full feature set, they want quick turnaround time, and then they want a price point that makes sense. And that's our inventory system. So you'll notice that there's 6 sizes listed here. These 6 sizes are the sizes that we keep in stock in our inventory system. We are in a perfect spot here because 16 by 12 is really ideal for your size deck. So we're going to be able to take advantage of that inventory. I'll show you some of the features now that become standard, and then there's some promotions as well tied to that inventory that I think we'll be able to take advantage of as well. But 16 by 12, perfect size for you. The other thing that Marygrove does that I'm pretty proud of is we really right from the start allow you to create an awning that makes sense for your home. There are countless awning companies across the country that offer one color for their frame, and it's an off-white. And the idea is, hey, you can put this on a beige house or you can put this on a white house, and the off-white is going to look good. We're really proud of the fact that we do operate off of an inventory system, but we keep our options for our customers really robust. So in the case of frame color, we do a beige, a white, or a bronze frame. Here's the samples. Now for your home, you can kind of go 2 ways. You have white window trim, and then you have that beige siding. Some people really like to highlight the trim and do the white, and then some people like it to blend in as much as possible when it's closed. Personally, I would probably do the beige because I lean a little bit more towards the side of, hey, I want this to feel like it blends into the home when I'm not using it and it becomes part of the home. But you really can't go wrong. Yeah, you're thinking the beige? Yeah, I think that's a great call. So our framing is powder coated aluminum. It's 100% powder coated aluminum. So there's never any fear of rust. That powder coat is not a spray finish. It's not a paint finish. That is an actual powder coat finish. So longevity of the frame is no issue whatsoever. We have been uh, doing new fabric on 30, 40-year-old frames in our older territories like Detroit and Chicago and Texas and things like that. So the frame is going to last really a lifetime for you. And again, that's a nice powder coat finish. Any hardware that you see is going to be stainless steel. So we really have made sure that this can weather the elements and be outside without aging at all. Okay, so because we're using our 16 by 12 in the beige frame, one of the really exciting things Marygrove did in 2025 is they took their three most popular, most asked for features, which is the adjustable pitch, the housing, and the remote with motor, which I'll go through every single one of those one by one. But they took those three features and they said, hey, those are going to become standard on anything we build for our inventory. So we just finished up home show season. Home show season is really our first production run of awnings. So we build in November and December. We have all of our team working on building awnings so we can take them to the home show. We're still working out of that production run, but we still have some great combinations left. I know we have some 16 by 12s left. And every single one of those 2025 awnings that we have in inventory comes with what we now call the Essential Bundle. And again, that's these three most requested features bundled together and now are standard on our 2025 inventory. The first feature that's in our Essential Bundle is the adjustable pitch. The adjustable pitch is really where Marygrove starts not being just a shade solution or a sun problem solution and really becomes not only an all-weather solution for you, but also helps start defining this space for you. So the adjustable pitch is the ability to take both arms of the awning and raise and lower those arms. You can do both arms at the same time and lower the entire height and pitch of the awning, or you can tilt just one side and let rain run off or catch sun that's coming at an angle. The adjustable pitch is exclusive to Marygrove awning. This is one of the things we are most proud of because we really pioneered this idea. Every other awning that's manufactured in America has what's called a fixed pitch, which means the arms come out and they are at the angle that the installers or the handyman put the arm at. So if you did want to sit out in the rain, any other awning is going to start pooling. That water is going to start collecting on top of the fabric. You are definitely going to stretch your fabric out, and you're also in danger of adding too much weight to the top of the awning. You have to close up the awning. You have to go inside. Not with a Marygrove. With a Marygrove, like I said, now it's an all-weather product because now if it starts raining, even a pretty heavy rain, you can tilt down one side. You tilt it down enough for the rain to run off. Once the rain runs off and stops pooling, you can just enjoy that nice summer rain shower that's coming through. You don't have to grab the meal that you just laid out or grab the kids and run in. Just tilt the awning, stay out there, wait for it to pass, and enjoy your time under the awning. In addition to that functionality of allowing you to use it in really all weather, the other great thing that the adjustable pitch does is really helps you set how it feels under the awning. So, I mean, think about being inside and think about ceiling height, right? Think about how much ceiling height can change how a room feels to you. And sometimes you like that kind of low, cozy feeling of a lower ceiling height, or a cozier space. Let's say if it's date night, or if you're winding down and having a glass of wine at the end of the day, maybe you want that more intimate feeling or smaller space feeling, where you're kind of a little bit more enclosed. That adjustable pitch being dropped down on both arms can really help give you that feeling under the awning. Now, complete contrast to that, let's say you have, 15 people over, and you've got an outdoor TV, and you're watching a baseball game. Well, you really don't want that sort of tight feeling, right? You've got 15 people on your deck. You want to raise that awning up, get that open feel, get that outdoor feel, allow air to flow through, make it feel nice and big in that space. And that adjustable pitch really does help you kind of define how it's going to feel under that awning. So really, really great feature. It's now standard on our 2025 inventory. And again, functionality, it really is. It's my favorite feature, because one of my favorite things to do is to sit outside on one of those warm summer days where you get a 10-minute rain, and that adjustable pitch allows you to do it. And then on top of that, man, the ability to change how it feels under that awning and have that space adapt to you is just amazing. I love our adjustable pitch. Next feature that's standard with our essential bundle on our inventory is the integrated housing. So this is really where that frame color and the design of our awning play perfectly with your home. So the integrated housing is a full protective cover for your body of fabric. The body of fabric goes inside the housing. It gives it full protection. You'll notice here that the front bar, that bar that brings the fabric out, actually tucks under this sort of swoop up lip on the housing design. That's intentional. I mentioned earlier, we have spent 30 years perfecting this design, and this is one of those small touches that only Marygrove does. That slight lip up stops rain or any water that gets on top of your frame from turning into your housing. That lip now has the water drop off to the side or down that front bar instead of inside your housing. That's how much we have considered this design. Full protection for your fabric. This is one of the reasons why our fabric lasts 12, 15, sometimes even 20 years, because when you're not using the awning, it is fully protected. We've even gone so far as making this front flap of fabric called the valance. That's a separate piece of fabric. That's not the same piece of fabric as your body. Because that is out just for decorative purposes, we made that a separate piece so you can easily take that off for the winter time. We'll even give you a storage bag at time of purchase, or at time of install, so you can store it for the winter time. And then if you ever need to replace just the valance, now you're not having to replace the entire body of fabric. We can just replace the valance for you. In addition to the protection, one of the things I really love about our housing is how intentional it makes it feel on your home. So again, if we're doing the beige framing to match your beige siding, now this doesn't look like a tube of fabric that you put on your house because you're having sun problems. It looks like it's part of your home. It looks intentional. It looks like it's part of the design of this space, and that's what we want. We want this awning to instantly become an extension of your home. And yeah, you need the functionality to do that, but you also need some design elements that are thoughtful and intentional, and that's what we've done with this housing. You get that protection, you get that full protection for your fabric, but you also get this really nicely designed product that becomes part of your home. It's also incredibly slender. So when it is closed, it is 6 inches out from your house and 9 inches tall. So really tucks under that gutter line and kind of hides itself when you're not using it. The last thing that's part of our essential bundle, and again, part of our inventory system for 2025, these are all standard, is going to be the motor with remote control. So Remote control is really, really straightforward. There's 3 buttons on it. One button's going to fully open it. The other button's going to fully close it. And that middle button there is your pause button. So you can stop the awning anywhere you want in its path. Again, a small feature, but one that I really love is our pause button. Because a lot of times when people are purchasing a retractable awning, the only thing they're thinking about is their outdoor space. And retractables also do a ton for indoor space as well. So, I notice here we've got the door wall, and we're going to install that 16 by 12 centered right above the door wall. And then right after your door wall is your kitchen table that we're sitting at now. That's a west facing backyard. So I know that you are getting sun into this door wall. And then what are your options? Your options are either living with it. Maybe the floor is aging quicker. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable to sit at this table during certain times of the day, or you're closing these blinds. You're breaking up your view. You're stopping natural light from coming in. This is where the pause button really shines, because now you can open up your awning from inside your home. The remote control is good up to 100 feet, so anywhere from your home you can open up your awning and just open it up until the shade line hits where you want it to hit. Maybe it's 3 feet, maybe it's 4 feet. You don't break your view of your beautiful backyard. You don't stop natural light from filling this kitchen, which nobody wants a dark kitchen, but you're stopping that direct sunlight and you're making it comfortable to be in this room. So again, obviously great to open and close your awning with the remote control from inside or from when you're sitting outside. But man, I love our remote control because it's good up to 100 feet, and because of that pause button, you're going to be using this awning in ways you probably didn't even think of. And one of them is indoor protection. You will notice this black loop here. That black loop is a manual override. So if you do lose power, you can easily bring the awning in. We'll provide that crank handle for you, and you can easily bring that awning in with the manual override. Otherwise, the remote control is going to be how you operate your awning. So those 3 features, adjustable pitch, the housing, and the remote control, those are standard on our inventory. We're already in a perfect spot here because we're using our 16 by 12 with the beige frame. This feature set comes at no cost to you. Now let's talk a little bit about fabric. So I mentioned how long our fabric lasts because of our housing. The other reason our fabric lasts so long is because of how we manufacture it. We do what's called a solution dye process. Solution dye process is really one of the biggest qualifiers for a high quality outdoor fabric, because a lot of fabrics, especially in the outdoor space, uses either a lamination process or essentially just a surface level dye. Think about your grill cover. So a grill cover, after about 3-4 years, you'll start to see those cracks. And even if it's a black grill cover, when it starts to crack like that or dry rot, you'll notice that there's white threading underneath that black finish. That is a laminated or top surface treated outdoor fabric. A lot of for lack of a better word, cheaper solutions out there will use that type of fabric that lasts about 3 to 4 years. When you're looking at a Marygrove, we do solution dye. Solution dye means that the individual threads are dyed to the color through and through before we actually manufacture the body of fabric. So if it's green, that thread is green. That is not a finish applied to a body of fabric. Best way to think about it is the carrot and the radish. Surface dye, surface finishes, that's a radish. You cut a radish open, it's red on the top, it's white in the core. Carrot, cut that in half, it is orange through and through. That's solution dye. The other thing that really separates Marygrove from quite literally anyone else in the world making retractable awnings is the material that we use. So I mentioned earlier that Marygrove is unique in the industry because we are one of the very few companies that have dedicated themselves to building one product, the retractable awning. And so when we were looking for a fabric material to use for our fabric, we didn't have to think of, okay, well, tomorrow we're going to make cushions, and then the next day we're going to do a boat cover, and then the next day we're going to do an awning. So what's a fabric that can work on all of those? What's a good jack of all trade fabrics? We didn't have to think about that. We only had to think about what is the best, highest performing fabric on a retractable awning application. One where the arms are going to bring it in and out. It's going to close up into a housing. What is the best fabric for this? And the answer is 100% woven polyester. Polyester is this really, really great fabric for retractable awnings because of how tightly you can weave that fabric together, that body together. So it's a really, really tight weave, which makes it waterproof, which means you can use it out in the rain. And the other really great thing about the way you're able to weave polyester together is it has a 0% stretch over its entire life. So compare that to like an acrylic fabric or some of those more vinyl-based fabrics. Those have a stretch, and they have a stretch by design, again, because those are jack-of-all-trade fabrics. And look, most of those are solution-dyed outdoor fabrics that are going to be of high quality, but they aren't going to be designed for retractable awnings. And that's where we really separate ourselves, again, because we've dedicated ourselves to the retractable awning. So really, really proud of our fabric. It is exclusive to us. These patterns are exclusive to us as well. I really, especially for your home, I really like our cafe series. You have a more modern build on your home. So that cafe series leans into that a little bit more. The desert sand, the harbor gray, the khaki beige, those are very traditional stripe patterns for a retractable awning, which are great. They're timeless, never go out of style. But if you did want to lean into this slightly more modern aesthetic, especially with your new patio furniture, having being that bronze finish, I think the cafe beige would be really sharp. So you've got the beige that's matching the siding. You've got that slight white line in our striping. So you're bringing in a little bit of that window trim and that gutter line being white, and then that oiled bronze, almost black line in the striping as well is going to highlight a little bit more of a modern touch and bring your furniture together as well. And honestly, that smaller stripe pattern really just is a little bit more of a more modern look. You like the cafe beige? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have 16 by 12 cafe beige in the beige framing. Perfect. Cool. We should be absolutely in a great position there with our inventory system. So we're making some great choices. Okay, one last section to go over before we build out your quote. We do have some new features for 2025 that I want to go over, and I really want to make sure we're building a package for you that makes sense. So I want to go over, we have 4 features that we can add to our retractable awnings for our inventory system. We'll go over each one pretty quickly here and make sure we're really building the perfect awning for you. So the first one that's brand new for 2025, really excited about it, excuse me, is our smart system. So our smart system is actually integrated right into the motor. It is built into that housing, so there's no external hub or anything like that. But it is really, really great. So You'll probably be familiar, if you've ever used anything that's Wi-Fi connected or smart, you'll be familiar with the ability to use your phone to operate your awning, and that's true here as well. So you'll be able to open it, close it, do that pause button as well from really anywhere in the world. That's a really nice peace of mind if you did leave on vacation or, left to run to the store or something like that, and you can't remember if you closed your awning. Just open up your phone, check. If it's open, go ahead and give it a close. Takes 5 seconds and it's out of your mind. Peace of mind. But in addition to that sort of ease of use with your phone and peace of mind with your phone is actually also built in our advanced weather system. And this is really where the Smart Hub shines. So the advanced weather alert actually reads the real-time weather reports and then alerts you whether or not you should close your awning. And if you set it, it will actually close the awning for you automatically based on reading the weather reports. So one of the things that we really want at Marygrove is we want to become part of this space forever. And that means taking steps to making sure that this investment is protected. And this is a really great tool for that, because now, even if you forgot about it, we definitely don't want to give you something to babysit. So if you forgot about it, no big deal. It's going to take care of it for you. That can actually combine with our wind sensor in a pretty powerful way. So wind sensor is the other feature that we can add if it's of interest to you. The wind sensor is slightly different from the weather alerts because the wind sensor is real-time reporting on the movement of your awning. So though it's a small white box that we install on your awning, and it actually talks to the motor and tells the motor how the awning is moving in the wind. If that awning starts to move too vigorously or starts bouncing too much, it's actually going to close the awning automatically. So again, combine that with the weather alert system where it's reading future weather reports and letting you know what's coming, to real-time detection of movement of the awning. You have ultimate protection of this space and of your investment. It's complete peace of mind if you combine these two features together. I really, really love these two together because it's checking every single box and just making sure you're enjoying this space. That's what we want, man. We want you to come out here and this is your place to unwind, and we want to help with that. And peace of mind, protection on your investment is a huge part of that. Just while we're on this page too, I did want to highlight one of the cool features of our arms as well. So our arms have, this is about half closed, but even when our arms are fully open, our arms have this slight bend to them, and that's by design as well. Let me show you this one. Yeah, so you'll see, so this is fully projected out, but you'll still see that slight bend there. Again, that's by design. So if it does, a wind or a gust comes in and moves your awning, those arms, think about like hyper locking your arms or giving your elbow a slight bend to it. That slight bend allows those arms to actually flex with the wind a little bit and allow that awning to move without any fear at all. So really cool design. I'm really proud of that design as well. We set the wind sensor for about 25-mile-an-hour wind. It can handle higher gusts than that because of our arm design, but if it feels a steady 25-mile-an-hour wind, that's when that wind sensor is going to kick on and close it up for you. Other feature that we can add that, again, because you're west facing, I think this is kind of going to be a non-negotiable here. This is such a crucial piece of installing an awning on a west-facing backyard. So definitely something I want to work with you to make sure we get this for you at a good price, because the front screen is like worth its weight in gold. This is actually our #1 selling accessory. And again, absolutely essential if you have a west-facing backyard. So the front screen is a special UV blocking screen material. It is a 75% block, so it's going to block that direct sunlight, and then it's going to block 75% of that UV. The really cool thing about it is not going to impede your view. We designed it so you can easily look out to your backyard, not ruin your view. And it's also, if you're outside the awning, let's say your neighbor, they can't see in. So it's a really cool material. This picture actually highlights that really, really well, where it's very difficult to see in, but really, really easy to see out. It also allows air to pass through, so you're keeping this open, outdoor feeling, but really helping protect the space. Make sure you're catching all of that sun. You know, if you do want to keep your awning pitch nice and high, this front screen allows you to catch that sun that might be setting without dropping the height of your awning, just bringing down that front screen. But again, in addition to the actual functionality of this, one of the most common things people tell us about the front screen is how much it makes their deck or patio feel like an outdoor room. And really helps define that space and make it feel like, I mean, essentially an outdoor living room, without creating this, closed in feeling or this permanent structure feeling. Now you can really develop this outdoor space that, again, adapts to you. I mean, we really want this to adapt to you. So you can close this up, you can have the front screen up, you get to control how this space feels and operates in any given moment. And that front screen's a huge part of it. The final feature I want to talk about is our LED lighting system. So our LED lighting system, we introduced a few years ago now. The 2025 version is a 2-stage, so it's actually a dimmable system, and really, really, really fun feature that you can add. It's one of those things that when we first brought it out, even the sales reps were sort of like, we're a shade, we're a during the day product. We don't really, what are we doing here? and man, it was just instantly proven that these are leaning into that idea that we aren't just a shade product anymore. We are a space enhancing, defining product, all weather, all solution product, and the LED lights lean into that so well, especially with an application like yours, where you have, your patio is a dining set. You mentioned that you wanted to have more meals out here. It's so nice to not have to sort of stop what you're doing and break the flow of a gathering or break the flow of a nice family dinner and say, okay, it's dark out here, we got to go in and move it inside, and then try to set up or try to get that feeling that was going on outside, try to reignite it after everybody has sort of settled back in inside. Keep the party outside, keep the conversation flowing. With the LED lights, you're able to do that. Once that sun starts setting, throw those LED lights on. You, again, get to define how this space works for you. And then the really cool thing about the LED lights is how it combines with all the other features to really lean into that outdoor living room feeling. If you get the front screen, you get the adjustable pitch, you get the LED lights, now you're really setting how this space feels. Let's say you're having a poker night and there's 8 guys. Well, if I have 8 guys for a poker night, I'm lifting that adjustable pitch so I have a high ceiling feel. Maybe I'm dropping down that front screen so it's a little bit more of an enclosed space, and then I'm turning those LED lights on so I can play cards under it. Maybe you're having a quiet glass of wine with your wife after work. I'm lowering the adjustable pitch. Maybe I'm still bringing down that front screen for a little bit of privacy. And then I'm doing the dim setting on the LED lights and really getting this more intimate, romantic, one-on-one feeling with my wife and a glass of wine. love how this all combines to really help you use the space however you see fit. The other cool thing about our LED lights is that they are integrated into the arms. And they run off of the motor. I know that doesn't seem like a huge deal, but if you're doing any shopping whatsoever, you will know that every other awning company has tacked on LED lights that are like we've even seen them zip tied onto the arms because they're not integrated. And then you have to plug two things in because the motor is supposed to only open and close the awning. Not with Marygrove. Marygrove did not introduce LED lights until we knew we could use the motor system that's already built into the awning to run the LED lights, and we could integrate them into the arms. So this is not an afterthought. This is part of the awning. Really, really proud of that. And again, just like everything else, we never want to add anything to our awning that feels like an afterthought. And the LED lights are a great example of that. So those 4 features are things that we can talk about whether or not we want to add to your awning. But why don't we start with building out the order, seeing what it looks like, and then I'll actually check our inventory system. If I have that exact combination, the 16 by 12, the beige frame with the cafe beige fabric, if I have that in our inventory from our production run for the home show, if that exact combination is on the floor ready to go, I think we'll be able to take advantage of the, we have a what we call a tech and comfort package that allows me to do a discount on these some of these features for you. So let me grab my iPad and we'll start building this out and see where we're at. Okay, so we've got the 16 by 12. We've got beige frame and we've got cafe beige fabric. And let me take a look. Okay. We're in a great spot here. Yeah, so I am getting the alert of 5 or less, but that's pretty normal this time of year, right after home show season. But that does mean we have this combination built and ready to go. So one of the things we can do with awnings that are built and on the floor is I can add that tech and comfort bundle for you, which takes all 4 of those. The smart app, the wind sensor, and the front screen and the LED lights, takes all 4 of those and bundles them, and then we are running a 50% off on that. So it takes that whole bundle and makes it a $600 cost. Let me get that built out. Okay, so here is your awning. You've got the 16 by 12. Remember, we're doing standard installation right there. And remember, everything is under the Marygrove awning. So production, sales, installation. So the guys that are installing your awning, this is all they do. All they do is install retractable awnings. They work for us. We never have contractors out to your house. It's always going to be W-2 employees with Marygrove. So we've got the 16 by 12. We've got the standard installation. You'll notice that Essential Bundle is on there. Remember, the Essential Bundle is that adjustable pitch, allowing you to change the height of your awning as well as use it in rain. We've got the integrated housing that fully protects your fabric when it's closed. And then we've got the motor with remote control. Again, because we're using our inventory system, that is standard on all our 2025 models. So we've got that Essential Bundle discounted for you. And then what I did here, each one of these accessories, the wind sensor, the smart hub, the front screen, and the LED lights, those are all $400 each. But because I have this awning built and ready to go, I'm taking advantage of our Tech and Comfort bundle. That's half off right now. So you're getting all 4 of those for $600. So you'll see that there. And that is your price installed. It looks like I have as early as Wednesday for installation. And then the next thing we do is a $100 deposit. Whenever we're taking advantage of our inventory system, we do a $100 deposit. That's going to pull the awning out of inventory. It's going to hold it for you. And then we'll be able to set an installation date, and then you don't pay until the awning is installed. We really dedicate ourselves to this entire process. Part of that process is you being 100% satisfied with the installation. So you do the $100 deposit to reserve it, and then the payment is with the installation team, or you can take advantage of our 12 months no interest program.